Got a little psychopath dog doing zoomies. Trying to make my first video and my dog is doing zoomies in the back. What are you doing? Silly puppy. She's very sweet. Oh, wait, stop digging up the ground, you little bitch. What's up, guys? Welcome to the debut video of Anthony's Adventures, or Adventures with Ants. I don't know, I haven't got the title yet because I don't actually know it's available on YouTube. So it's a working title for now. This weekend I'm gonna start with my first video where I'm gonna be heading down to New South Wales State Forest and doing some solo camping, some bow hunting, hiking, just, you know, outdoor fun stuff. Alright guys, welcome to the Bowhunting State Forest. We've made it. It took about 3.5 hours to get here from Brisbane. If you're wondering why I came to New South Wales when I live in Brisbane, Queensland, the reason being is because you can't actually hunt public land in Queensland, but it is what it is, so we'll come to New South Wales instead, and it is beautiful here. They've got beautiful state forests all over the state, but we're still better at state of origin. Alright, sweet. I am going to start setting up my camp over there, get settled in, and then we'll do some exploring. I just want to preface at the start of this video, if you're expecting some like expert level survival skills and expert hunting, don't. I'm still very much a rookie. I have hunted a couple times and done a bit of camping, but I'm still very much learning, and I'm hoping that you guys can learn with me and we can figure it out together. Alright, tent's all set up. So, got my little small hiking inflatable mattress, bags and a sleeping bag. I have to put it diagonally because I'm a little bit too tall to go that way. My head and foot ends up touching the edges of the tent. Now, I need to go and find myself some firewood so I can cook some dinner tonight. Now, you can't cut down trees in a state forest, obviously, but you can use any wood that's fallen, dead trees that have fallen over. So I'm gonna go have a look, try and find some fallen trees and get us some firewood. Oh shit. I just started grabbing that wood and there's a bloody spider right in there. I told you I was a rookie. Whew. Alright, camp is set up and I've got some firewood, so now I'm going to go for a little wander. So you'll notice obviously there are these tracks running through the middle of the forest here, which is super handy, so that way hunters like myself can get in here. There are national parks around here as well that people can get to. Nice little stream that's running through pretty much right next to my campsite, which is nice. We have got some grey clouds starting to come overhead, so I don't know how long that good weather was going to last for, but how's this for luck? Here's my campsite. Blue skies over there, blue skies over there, right over the top. Big old grey cloud. Mate, it's starting to rain a little bit. And I might just have to use the gas cooker tonight. So I've got myself one of these bad boys, which I've always wanted to try, from BCF. This is a spaghetti bolognese, dehydrated meal. So it's like noodles and some, yeah, dehydrated beef and sauce and stuff like that. A bit close to the camera. That's not bad. Looks pretty good. I think I put a little bit too much water in, so the consistency's a little bit off. It's more like a stew or a soup. You know what? It's cloudy, but it's not raining anymore. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and build the fire, because you can't go camping without a fire. All right, so this is my little fire starting kit. Now, obviously I have a lighter, but we're trying to go for the proper experience here. So we're gonna use a flint and a steel. We're gonna be using the Little General. So I got this at Bunnings, and it's like a knife sharpener. It's actually also a whistle, but it's got a little tiny flint on there. Look at the size of that. And this is just to prove that size doesn't matter, all right? It doesn't matter. It might matter, we'll see. If I can't work it with this one, I'll use a big flint, but.
The Genesis.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, one of the great movies in my opinion. Got a bloody leech has gone into my camp. Don't suck my blood, mate. Not having that. So I'm not going to muck around. I'm going to pretty much get my gear ready and start getting out there and having a look, see what we can find. Don't know if the GoPro's going to pick it up, but man, they're chasing after each other, and I wish I could identify what bird that is. That honestly looks like a giant has just come down and cut that. Like, look how perfectly straight that is. It's insane. Wonder if I could push it over. I'm pretty strong, very strong actually. I reckon I could push this massive rock over. Just a little update. Unfortunately, the peephole on my bow has come off because I don't have the tools to fix it. You need like a table vise. So yeah, unfortunately there's not going to be any bow hunting content really, but look, I'm still in a beautiful place and going to make the most of it while I can. The weather's somewhat holding up. So what I'm going to do instead, there's supposed to be a waterfall about 5 kilometers away, so I'm going to follow the track to get to there. Whoa, Jesus. Whew. That is sloppy stuff. Oh, look at me boots. Tell you what, I'm glad I didn't bring the van, mate. Otherwise there would have been some angry customers next week when an electrician didn't show up to their jobs. Whew. I'm going to be super careful coming across here. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I tell you what, mate, Mother Nature, she doesn't miss. She does not miss. Just hitting dingers left, right and center. All right, well, we saw the pretty waterfall. Now we've got a 5 kilometer trek back to the campsite. In the rain by the looks of it. Oh, worth it. I'm about 8 kilometers into my 10 kilometer hike to and from the waterfall, and I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty knackered. I need to work on my fitness, but oh, tasty food, it's just so bloody good. It's that spag bowl I had last night, stitching me up. Look at all the ferns. Feels like I'm back in New Zealand. The homeland. Well, the old homeland. Oh. Whew. Mate, these hills are killing me. Alright, so the original plan was to stay tonight as well, make it a 3-day trip. But I'm a little bit worried about the track that I drove in on. That it's just going to get a little bit soft with the rain. It keeps coming on and off. It doesn't really bother me, but the track I came in on, it was fine when I came in the van because I hadn't rained yet. I just don't know if I want to risk getting more rain tonight, or if it just keeps coming on and off and that track gets soft, and worst case scenario I get stuck in here. So I do only have a van that's front wheel drive, so I think it might be time to invest in a 4-wheel drive, to be honest, if I'm going to keep doing these trips, which I am. Always take your rubbish, guys. Alright guys, well, I'm all packed up and back in the van, and I'm going to start heading home now. Had a lot of fun. A couple things didn't go my way. The fact that the bow broke and the weather's been a bit hit and miss, but still had a great time, and yeah, look forward to doing future videos.